Hello, hello. It is the end of the week, and I have a new painting to show. And the week it has been very tiring, but here we are. And this painting actually started in my car on a cold morning before I had clocked into work. And I was absent-minded a lot of the in the initial stage of thinking where I wanted to take this one. However, I really enjoyed the fact that within like Monday and Tuesday, I had created this little environment and then this massive subject in the middle and toying with where I wanted to take it. And by Wednesday, I had already established this girl here in this valley, and the overall like warmth and the vastness of this environment had really opposed the negative feelings I was having this week with the cold weather and the very tiring, work days during this, holiday season coming up, and then having to work that until Christmas, and it's a lot. But this painting was, again, like a fat opposition towards that, a shield, if you will. And I don't know, I think I was just so tired mentally and physically, but working on this painting, it made me take like a little step back and look at my recent work and this one as I was working on it, and it made me really appreciate my mind, like not to sound like a narcissist or anything, but I'm saying like I never really put much attention or praised enough of how I pulled through a lot with this kind of stuff. And personal life aside, on the artistic side of it, I was never really one to give much attention to why I was doing something, like color wise, like color theory. I don't really give much attention to that. I see the colors, I pick colors on that wheel, I put it down, I like it. If I don't like it, I paint over it, I mix it, I experiment. It's not about efficiency, it's not about using what tricks I can to speed up the process, but more so figuring out what I like, what I'm making here, and how I want to set the scene, because I think a lot of my work is expressing moments of my life or moments in my mind that have plagued me, and having it exist allows me to get a better grasp of what I'm dealing with. And I think ultimately that's what this piece was an ultimate, grasp of something that had been plaguing my mind. And a lot of my work is also, and I do make my work to be whatever you wish to interpret it as. And I know for myself, I have my own interpretation of it. But a lot of my work, I don't like to limit it to one single idea. It's not fun that way, for me anyway. But yeah, back to what I was rambling about. There was just a lot mentally going on that I didn't feel like I had a good understanding of, but this painting was like a reassurance that you kind of do. And if you're unsure of it, just look at it and then think. Because, I'm not one to think about the technical stuff that goes into this painting, but I think that that's just not true. Ultimately, I wouldn't be making pieces that would, be appealing to me if I didn't know what I was doing. And so I think that the fact that like my mind it does consider all this, but in the moment when I'm making it, I'm not, actively thinking of such things. It's nice. It's a little nice thing to be aware of on how my mind functions when I'm working. But yeah, I just wanted to ramble. That really was it. I have so much on my mind, but I think that was enough I needed to say. And this painting was great. It's on my website if you want to preview it. You can get a print of it and I'm still working on the coffee, but it's just been a lot of stuff. But I will definitely come back to it. Anyway, that is all. See you later.